So I'm sitting out here in my car after an interview at a USCIS office in California. When my clients have interviews, I will often go with them to those interviews, be it citizenship or a marriage green card interview, and so I will travel all over. And so I happen to be in California this week, and I wanted to give you all some updates of things and changes that I am seeing at immigration interviews for both naturalization and marriage green card interviews. So some of the biggest changes that we are seeing at immigration interviews is the overall length of the interview. And this is my third interview here this month in April of 2025. And I've had interviews in the Midwest, on the East Coast, and all the way out here in the West Coast in California. And I'm seeing these changes across the board in all different states. So the very first change is that the length of the interview, that it's a much longer interview. Historically, I've seen marriage green card interviews taking about 30 minutes, give or take, and that's depending if they want to separate the couple or keep them together. And even naturalization interviews, I had one that took up to an hour, and it was a pretty standard naturalization interview. They did not have any prior criminal history, and they had solid relationship evidence, and it was still an hour long. And the reason being is that it leads into the second thing I'm seeing, the second change I'm seeing, is that immigration officers are really asking all of the questions on the forms. And that's fine, but that's why the interviews are taking longer. And then another really big change that we have been seeing is with the naturalization interviews. If there's a pending I-751, I have seen that they're asking way more questions about the relationship and bringing the U.S. citizen spouse in. And it almost feels like an initial marriage green card interview, that there's a lot more relationship questions. And for the very initial marriage green card interview, for those of you who are going through adjustment of status, whether you are going through the adjustment of status process after having been here on a tourist visa, or maybe you came on a K-1 fiance visa, we are seeing interviews happening across the board where they are bringing both members of the couple, they're separating them. That's what I mean to say, that they're separating the couple and asking them questions separately. And then one of the other big changes we're seeing is that everyone is really getting interviews at this point. There were waivers of most interviews for marriage green cards if there was solid evidence and really no presenting issues or red flags. We were seeing a lot of cases being waived, but now we're seeing more and more that cases are all being scheduled for interviews. So I wanted to give you some of those updates, and I'll keep you posted. I'm sure immigration is an ever-evolving beast, and we will see additional changes here in the future, and I'll give you updates as I have them.